So when did you do aliyah, basically?
Officially on the 10th of Adar.
Wow. Just now.
Here recently.
Wow. Welcome home.
However, as far as I'm concerned,
We've been here.
nobody makes aliyah. Nobody even stops here on a layover unless you have divine permission. So the minute my feet touched soil, I was like, I'm home, baby.
Welcome to the pod.
I'm home. So
I know that feeling, man.
yeah.
I used to come here when I was like really young, like 4 or 5. And I remember like on the highway on the way to the airport, and I was like, I know I'm leaving. At least that's what I understand.
Exactly.
And I was like, I have this anxiety. I still feel it's so traumatic.
True.
Like,
true,
this is
true.
our home. You feel it in your
Exactly.
kishkas, how you
Yeah,
like to
feeling-
say.
Right.
Wow.
So
Wasn't
yeah,
easy, though,
so
Billy.
right, no, not at all. So, and also because I am a ger, and also because the business of religion, unfortunately, is also a business. So there's people who you do business with, there's people who you don't do business with. But some of us don't know that. Everybody I did business with was straight and square, fair dealing,
Wow.
honest,
That's a miracle.
fair dealing, honest, and al pi halacha, not social pressure.
This was in Detroit?
No, this was in New York.
Okay.
Actually. And
Because it's actually easier to do aliyah when you did aliyah when you were there.
I did, man.
That's good.
And everybody's like, well, technically, da 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 da. And I'm like, what's going on? I had 2 different files that were opened. They were like, oh, well, you tried to make aliyah 2015. I'm like, I wasn't even Jewish in 2015. So what are you talking about? So, what was I saying? Talking about, okay, yeah. So I'm in America, and I don't say stuck because a Jew is never stuck, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh, there
But,
was a Rebbe story about that.
But I didn't even know. So so
Neither.
I'm talking to Elio because we know each other, and he's like, "What's the deal?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's that and the third, bop bop whoop whoop." And the issue is my proof of Judaism, because of course bureaucracy. He's like, "Oh, I know people, wop wop whoop." So next thing I know, I get a piece of paper that allows me to get on a plane. Then I go and ask for permission to travel during Corona. They said, wait for 7 days and they will let you know. 7 days was actually a full calendar month.
It's a good accent.
And I tried to speak English to you because you speak English like poem. That's what they tell me when I try to speak it. No, don't
Like
speak
a poem?
Don't speak Hebrew. You speak English like poem. I want to speak English. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah. So the 7 days was actually a full calendar month, and it turned into a lot of me coming up there and roaring and stomping, like, do your job.
Went to the embassy?
Bro,
You have to do that.
they would stop me at the door because they knew. And also it's the whole thing of security doing the job of people who work there. I've done my job, you do your job. And I finally got back, and it was so beautiful because when I came back, I went to go and see them, the Beth Din. I was in there for 5 minutes.
Told you.
I was in there for 5 minutes. Hi, how are you? What's your name? Where are you from? Who did you do your conversion through? And then there was a point where he stopped, and they said something to each other in Lashon Kodesh. And then he says to me, the rabbi wanted me to tell you that he can tell that you're a good man, and that he sincerely hopes that you have a wonderful life in the beautiful family land of Israel.
Wow.
So I leave out, but I forgot my passport. So I went back in to get my passport, and they gave me 2 pieces of paper. And I said, Kavod Rav, I don't know what this says because my Hebrew's not so good. I said, what is it? He says, this says that you are a Jew,
Wow.
and you need to immediately go to Mizrat HaPanim, and they will give you your citizenship. And I mean,
I got chills.